This is news on WhatsApp Caribbean for Monday, December 8th, 2014. Stay with us as we brief you on developments in the region. I am Deanza Roberts. Coming up in the news, inter-island cargo vessel, the SV Ruth, launched. The government of Barbados receives $1.2 million payout for recent heavy rains. And Dominicans today turn out in their numbers to vote in that country's general elections. In sports, Trinidadian wins Beijing half marathon. The details of these and other stories when we return. The news is being brought to you compliments Caribfire TV.
Bushy Park Circuit. Let's go! Circuit. Let's go!
Welcome back. In the news, a new marine cargo transportation service catering for food security and green economy initiatives in Barbados and the Windward Islands and Trinidad was launched in Barbados on the weekend. The Caribbean Sail Cargo Initiative has been made possible by the UWI Cave Campus Center for Food Security and Entrepreneurship. Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, the Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the UWI Cave Hill Campus, speaking to those in attendance, said the college was pleased to be part of such a timely project.
The purpose of food security is their top priority focus for us. For many decades, we have tried our best in this region to give effect to the movement of food between these islands, to remove volatility in prices and to enhance the quality of our produce, and to lower the cost of foodstuffs in each island while improving at the same time the quality.
He said the project is also part of the university's goals.
This project is part of that continuing relationship of moving the university into the heartland of entrepreneurship and to participate with all of our international investors in adding value and developing projects for Caribbean peoples. I'm very pleased that this is a green economy project within the context of the Caribbean climate change policy, and that many governments of the region are involved in this initiative. This is a regional initiative. It's a University of the West Indies initiative. It is an entrepreneurial vision of a distinguished entrepreneur, Mr. Dash.
That was Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, the Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the UWI Cave Hill Campus. The government of Barbados was this morning presented with a check for $1.2 million from the CCRF SPC, formerly the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, on its excess rainfall insurance policy as a result of recent rains from a trough system in the Eastern Caribbean. Barbados was the only CCRF member country with an excessive rainfall policy that was affected by the trough system on November 20th and 21st, 2014. Board member of the CCRF, Ms. Desiree Sherman, says they are pleased that they have been able to offer the parametric insurance coverage for excess rainfall in addition to coverage for earthquake and cyclone.
Good morning. On behalf of the CRIF SPC, formerly the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, its chairman, other directors, and the chief executive officer, Director Hardy and I are pleased this morning to officially hand over a payout of approximately $1.28 million or $2.56 million Barbados dollars to the government of Barbados following the triggering of its excess rainfall insurance policy with the CRIF as a result of the rains, as Mr. Cox mentioned, between November 21st and 22nd. For many years, governments and other stakeholders in the region had been requesting the CRIF SPC to provide rainfall coverage, recognizing that rainfall often causes significant damage in the region. We are pleased that CRIF was able this year to offer parametric insurance coverage for excess rainfall, in addition to its coverage for earthquake and tropical cyclone. CRIF's parametric insurance allows payouts to be made within 14 days after an event triggers a country's policy, without having to wait for time-consuming damage and loss assessments on the ground.
That was board member of the CCRF SPC, Ms. Desiree Sherobin. The check was received by the Director of Finance and Economic Affairs in the Ministry of Finance in Barbados, Mr. Marvin Cox. Thousands of Dominicans turned out in their numbers to vote today in that country's general elections, determining the composition of the Caribbean islands' next parliament. The two main political parties, the governing Dominica Labour Party, or the DLP, and the opposition United Workers' Party, or the UWP, which governed the country between 1995 and 2000, have nominated 21 candidates each. Two independent candidates are also competing in the election in Dominica, which gained its independence from Britain in 1978. The DLP has been in power for 14 years, winning 18 of the 21 seats in Parliament in the 2009 general elections. If it wins the election today, the UWP vowed to unite Dominica's diaspora, another point in its political platform. Updates on the election will be posted on WhatsApp Caribbean's website. The first in a series of town hall meetings on the Barbados Secondary School's entrance examination begins this Wednesday, December 10th. These sessions are aimed at sensitizing all stakeholders to the processes involved in the administration of the examination, known as the Common Entrance Examination, or 11+. Senior Education Officer Glenn Price and the Education Officer Everton Briggs will conduct the sessions, which will, among other things, instruct persons on how to fill out the forms used in the examination, including those for choice of school, deferral, and special request. That's news. It came to you compliments Caribfire TV. Up next, a look at sports. Welcome back. And in sports, Trinidad and Tobago's Tonya Nero ended the 2014 season in winner's row yesterday after a brilliant victory at the Powerade Barbados Half Marathon. She blew away the field to take the gold in a commanding 1 hour 25 minutes, following up on her third-place finish in Martinique Half Marathon just a week earlier. The race was the final in the three-day Run Barbados series. Commenting after the race, the distance runner said that she was indeed very happy to end her season with an international win. The former UE Half Marathon champion placed third in the International 10K on Saturday. That was a look at sports. Sports came to you compliments Fantasy Nail Studio. Up next, a recap of your headlines.
Bushy Park Circuit. Let's go!
Recapping the headlines in today's edition, inter-island cargo vessel the SV Ruth launched. The government of Barbados receives $1.2 million as a payout for recent excessive rains. And Dominicans today turn out in their numbers to vote in that country's general elections. In sports, Trinidad wins Beijing Half Marathon. Remember, for more regional developments, log on to www.whatsupcaribbean. And for all your regional entertainment, check cardfire.com. Thanks again for joining us. Good evening.